Pistola is one of the biggest brains that we know about, right? And this is it from Bound's POV. Look how frustrating this is for Bound. He does everything he possibly can in this situation. Optic are 2 dead, FaZe are 4 alive. Pistola is just running away towards spawners. And the worst thing here for Bound as well is he knows that even with this player flanking, he picks up this kill, that he's not gonna be able to get ball time here because players are coming off respawn. They're in a position here, Optic Gaming, to play that ball. And that's what won them the game. They slayed out from there. Yes, there was more to obviously do after that, but that was what gave them the opportunity to win the game. Pistola's just a genius. He is genuinely a genius.
And you can even tell from Bound's POV, right? He slides in scoreboard, he slides into house, like looking top A, waiting to find some battle. But Ola's already gone. Ola's already out big door, and then the ball's already away. So Onset, you called it perfectly. Just a great rotation from Ola.
Yeah, it really was, and just honestly with the help from Optic there as well, like Trippy sliding in from bottom mid as well, just to make Bound take that extra couple of seconds, knowing, yeah, okay, I have no shields, I'm one shot. However, that will help aid my teammate get that round, being able to make that playable. It really is like 200 IQ plays here from Optic, and just absolutely amazing.
Sorry, my bad, Lottie, that was you that called it first, so great call by both of you on that rotation.
Not at all. I learned from the best, and that's you through. But I'll tell you what, folks, we need to take a look at the bracket because we've had quite the journey today. Pro Series week number 2 here for North America has been so amazing and nothing shy of storylines, that's for sure. Optic Gaming on that incredible rebound back up into the grand finals once again. We've seen them online in the grand finals many a time at the start of the game, and here they are once again taking down FaZe 3-2 in an epic game 5. We love to see the game 5s, folks, but they will be now into the winners bracket once again, where they will meet Cloud9. So this is going to be quite the series, folks. Cloud9 obviously being so competitive at the moment, and honestly the team to beat currently online and on LAN. But Optic Gaming have quite the journey to go if they want to take them down, because they have to reset the bracket. I gotta say, Brav, against Cloud9, how difficult is this going to be to not only win 1 best of 5 series, but to win 2 against Cloud9?
It is going to be very difficult. I will not sugarcoat this at all. It is going to be a monumentous hill to climb for the side of Optic Gaming. I think a lot of it is going to come down to game types. I think the toughest thing is that it is a double best of 5 for Optic. If this is a single best of 5, I think we'd be having a different conversation, but the fact that you have to double that is going to be really difficult. I do think, though, that Optic Gaming is playing well enough that they could take games off of Cloud9. And if they could do that, if they could take it 1 game at a time, we could have an interesting grand final. So I'm excited to see which way it ends up rolling out.
I'm very excited. I'm sure Optic right now are very much hoping for a bunch of live fire on that game layout, because that would be literally just as many as you can possibly get. As many as you possibly get, obviously without the CTFs happening. But yeah, I think right now
they'd be happy to play live fire CTF too. Yeah, I think they'd be fine with live fire CTF.
Yeah, honestly, just chuck it on there. Why not? Yeah. Just put that into the rotation, and Optic will. I think they'd be kissing HCS at this point if that happened. But it's going to be a really good series nonetheless, and I hope you guys do stick with us for it, because we're heading to a break right now. But when we come back, we do indeed have our grand finals about to happen. Optic versus Cloud9. We'll see you guys right after this.
These kids never add me back, so just want to throw that out there.
AMD and the Marines.
everyone, and welcome back to the HCS North American Pro Series. We're into week 2. Actually, we're heavily into week 2. We are all the way through our bracket. We're at the final stop of this incredible journey, and that is our grand finals. But before we get into the grand finals, I want to just make sure everyone is aware that we do have a global phenomenon happening here with Halo, and Halo Infinite is going global. And we do have all our different regions also competing in their own Pro Series as well. And I'm also happening to be on Europe, so I get to watch all the incredible action happening across Europe and with the best of the best in EU. And we need to talk about Ascend, because these guys have been so damn dominant. Like I've said before, we have so many dominant teams in each of our regions, and Ascend is one of them. Legend went on a ridiculous killing spree as well during the grand finals against the lads, which I gotta say, the lads did such a good job to come up into the grand finals position. But Ascend, they just proved too much for them. But my goodness, what an epic show it really, really was. But yeah, fantastic stuff. And honestly, Europe are coming on leaps and bounds. It's really cool to see all the different teams coming through the grand finals. And I know Ascend keep winning it over and over again. However, we are seeing growth from some of the other teams as well. So we've seen Na'Vi in the grand finals, the lads this time around. Onsa, I've got to ask, have you been keeping track of EU?
Of course I have. They're
Of
my
course,
boys.
impressed?
Not the boys aren't my boys. No one's my boys, all right?
Are you
The
impressed with the
you
lads?
know, the
Come on,
lads,
that's
you know.
crazy.
Let's not get into that too much. That didn't go too well last time we were on a desk together, Marty. But I will say that a European Halo is as healthy as it has been for so long. There is 4, 5, 6 teams now who are all challenging to get into that grand finals. You've seen, you know, the team changes that have been made by the lads there, and you know they've come in and they've got into that grand finals against Ascend. They beat Na'Vi on their way there, which is, you know, something that needs to be talked about. Na'Vi also have put in some really good performances against Ascend recently, but Ascend are still the team to watch. Quadrant are still in the mix as well, though they've fallen off a little bit, and I think they're gonna look to recover. I think a couple of players have been quite ill, so they're going to be back and they're going to be fighting soon. But it's really healthy to watch. It is a little bit like North American. You kind of know that Ascend are going to get to the final at the moment, but it's who's going to get there and who can finally take them down. Because at some point, someone will beat them. Even though they haven't been beaten for like nearly 2 years now, I think it is online. When it gets to LAN, is it going to be the same? That's the question that everyone wants answered.
That is definitely the question, and it is